Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. In this video we're going to be talking about fame farming, where's the best places to fame farm, what's really changed with Hector, and just having a general discussion about it. So, first things first, fame farming in Hector is noticeably more difficult now. Just because of the specialization changes, if nothing else. You need so much more fame now that naturally it's going to be harder. Obviously, the changes that have just come out in terms of the dungeon rework, or the sort of the farming places rework, you've no longer got as many solo dungeons. The blue dungeons have obviously been changed to be slightly different. So I'm going to talk through, I'm going to rate what I think are the best and worst sort of places to fame farm now. So, first things first, Yellow Zone Hellgates. Yellow Zone Hellgates offer about half of the fame of the Black Zone Hellgates from my sort of estimations and workings out. So, not a particularly bad way to farm. Obviously, it's fairly safe in that you're not going to die there. You're guaranteed not to die there. You're never putting anything at risk. You can run decent gear because, like I said, it doesn't matter if you get knocked down. The problems with this one is you have to find the Hellgates is the first thing. So you've got time in between when you could be farming to actually find the Hellgates, kill the boss, get in and do all that. And like I said, if you do die, it drastically impacts your fame if you're not getting the mini bosses and the final boss. The final boss obviously giving the most amount of fame. So that's one thing. Yellow Zone Hellgates aren't bad. They don't offer any risk. However, they're not ideal for fame farming. They're not optimal, I should say. You've then got solo dungeons. So, solo dungeons, there's still a few about, if I have a look. You've got some in, like, Runnel Sink, one in Mardale. Actually, that's the Catacombs, never mind. There really isn't that many around anymore. What they've wanted to do is actually swap them into open world camps. So basically, if you're in the tier zone that you're wanting to farm in, so if I wanted to farm T7 mobs, best thing I can do is go to Runnel Sink or Inferno Ravine or whatever it is now. It'll always be Inferno Ravine to me. I should just run around that map and there will be camps of mobs that I can go and kill for good money and good fame. And that's their sort of replacement. I would actually say that this is worse fame than the yellow in terms of just overall fame. However, it's a little bit more consistent but more at risk. So again, I would put it on par with Yellow Zone Hellgates for farming. It certainly isn't particularly optimal. The problem with, so looking at Runnel Sink right now, there's two undead dungeons, green dungeons that you can go in solo. The problem with that is it's only like 1 or 2 jumps from Carleon. There's a lot of people in Carleon now that are out to just PvP because why not, an open world gank. They don't lose anything from it because they can always go back to Carleon. The problem, like I said, so the problem with that is there's a lot of gankers there. There's not much you can do about it to stop it. I've gone in there 2 or 3 times the last couple of days, and every time I've gone in there, within an hour I've been ganked. I was actually getting 5-man ganked the other day in there, and obviously that's just not fun. It's not efficient. It's more efficient doing that than it is to do the Yellow Zone Hellgates, but you put more at risk, and it can be stopped by just about anyone else doing it. Unless you get them on your own, you're just not going to be optimal with it. Moving on then, you've got blue dungeons. So the new blue dungeons are, I'm going to just throw this out there, I'm not sure I like them. I've tried the the undead blue dungeon, the T7 one, and it was okay. The problem is with the nerf to the ghouls and the skeletons, they're pretty much not worth killing at all now. Like, they've nerfed them way too much in my opinion. I just think they're completely not worth even wasting time on killing. Which almost makes the Morgana T6 one better. The Morgana T6 one is actually buffed considerably compared to Highbowl Glen. There's lots more mobs. The bosses are still spread out, so the bosses are probably the same distance apart, but there's a lot more mobs between them. If you get a good group in here, I'm sure you could get some pretty optimal fame. It's still not going to be the best in the world, but it's something. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's very, very prone to being easy to gank. There's lots of ways you can shut a team down. Like, for example, where we're sat right now here, if a group came up here flagged, we literally wouldn't be able to do anything. We have to go through that door, and that means we have to fight. So, I would say Morgana layout is not bad. The Undead T7 one, I really don't like the layout. Again, I called it from the start. The second you have a two-layer thing, one of two things is going to happen. Either everyone's going to ignore the top layer and just, as people used to do, they used to skip the first couple of packs so no one came in. They had a buffer between them and then went straight into the main packs. People are doing that with the Undead one, the T7 one. They're just skipping the first layer, going straight down to the second tiers or to the other tiers and farming that one. It makes it so much easier, so much safer, and it's not optimal or fun, really. And obviously, they've killed off the amount of fame you get from these while needing just many, many times more. I did my carrying cooler from T3 to T7 in 6 days, and I'm currently 2 days into Fire Staff, and I've just hit T5. I'm on 13 now. Like, I've not been doing it as optimally, but still, it's a lot harder to fame farm right now. And last of all, the last big one one of two, but the main big one for fame farming right now, castles. Castles right now have potentially the best fame reward of anything in the game if you can lock them down enough to go and do them. And what I mean by that is that every single castle in the game, I'm unsure about the yellow one, I've not touched the yellow one at the moment, the Innis Mon. However, every other castle in the game is full PvP. It's full loot, red zone, black zone, PvP, which means you're risking everything by being there. You're risking a lot to try and fame farm, and that's dangerous, basically, because a lot of people, myself included, go ganky in them zones quite often to get the people there that aren't paying attention or get caught off guard, and you can pick up some easy kills there. So, good fame, however, a lot to risk by it. And again, I'm doing another video today as well, so check that out. But what I want to emphasize to people at the moment is risk reward. That's exactly what this game is about. That's exactly what every full loot PvP game is about. It's about what are you risking and what are you going to get as a reward for that. Right now, I'm not risking that much. I don't think many people are going to come here. I don't think this is going to be a particularly contested area. So I've got some decent gear. I can afford to add to the risk in knowledge that I'm going to speed up the run and get more reward from. It sounds weird, but that's exactly what it is. That's exactly how you've got to look at everything in this game. If I go to a castle right now, is there a good chance someone's going to walk in, see like 7 flagged, and come in and kill us? And the chances are, yeah, people would put together a group to come and do that, which makes it not as optimal and not as worth the reward for me. The other one is Black Zone Hellgates. Black Zone Hellgates are really, really good. I'm trying to encourage as many people as possible. Get in there, give them a go. People are still stupidly scared of them. Just because it's full loot PvP and you're locking yourself in there with another sort of team, so to speak. I don't think there's as much of a reason to be scared of them as people make out. It's good fame. I did 6 levels in there earlier, I believe. Like, it was pretty insane the amount of fame I was getting from them earlier. We didn't actually get a fight, which is a little bit of a shame, but like I said, the amount of fame we got is just crazy. So definitely worth doing them as well if you're just looking for some fame. Like, get some 6-1 gear. You can at least fight the smaller groups. You're not risking too much, and it's still going to be good fame. But anyway, guys, if you've got any other fame farm spots that you've got that you're willing to share with the general public, please leave them in the comment below or send me a message. Like, I'm interested just to see what everyone's doing for fame right now. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you later, guys. Goodbye.